Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. Can't trick me. You feel what I'm talking about. I'm not asking to the extent that which one did it. I'm asking to the extent that just told the world it will stop play. They get blood from someone with AE and they shoot you with it, so that is a sluggish passing simple thing. You understand what I mean? Better believe it. No, okay. Don't be an imbecile and join their class. They believe you should sign up for their foundation so they can assist you with their new type of EI's child. Eric Wright Jr., otherwise known as Lil A, as of late offered a few stunning remarks about the demise of his incredible dad, which reignited the well-established hypothesis that he was killed on the grounds that he attempted to uncover the mysterious society that runs media outlets, as indicated by the authority account he passed on from Help's Inconveniences Anyway. After his last recorded message re-emerged, online fans accepted it as confirmation that he attempted to caution different specialists about the Illuminati, or as he called them, the Foundation in the interim. E's kids likewise freely voiced their doubts about his demise. His child, Maris, otherwise known as Youthful EAS, guaranteed that Suge Knight was engaged in the supposed homicide of EI, while his girl, Erin Bria, said she never accepted that her dad passed on from Helps. And presently Lil is additionally adding to this discussion and standing upon the obscure nation his father was encircled with, like his administrator, Jerry Healer. Yet, what precisely did he find about the Illuminati? Does his last message conceal pieces of information to his secretive passing? We should get into it. Who runs this music world? And when you cut that off, it's all activity at you on February 24, 1995, E was confessed to Cedar Sinai Clinical Center with a terrible hack. And before you know it, he got determined to have HIV. Helps he opened up to the world about his finding on spring 16th, and only a couple of days after the fact he recorded a vile last message from his medical clinic bed, cautioning fans and hopeful craftsmen to avoid what he summoned their organization EAS passed on spring 26, 1995, precisely multi-month after he was confessed to the clinic. From the beginning, nobody thought there was anything dubious about his passing since back in the mid-90s. Helps was a capital punishment, generally speaking anyway. Throughout the long term, many new subtleties arose about E's last days, and his family requested answers, guaranteeing that unfairness was involved. We should initially take a gander at quite possibly of the most famous hypothesis about E's demise, the one that elaborates Suge Knight in Walk 2003. Suge showed up on Make Him Alive and offered a few stunning remarks about E's passing, which started a hypothesis that somebody infused EAS with Helps and that Suge might have contributed to it. Innovation is so high, right? So assuming you shoot someone, you go to prison always? So the messes with you would rather not go to prison everlastingly, right? So they got this new thing out there. Individuals sell them all the time. They got this stuff they get blood from someone with Helps, and they shoot you with it graciously. That is a sluggish demise, definitely. Simple A thing. You understand what I mean? No doubt, God help us goodness. Okay, now many individuals at first got over this as a paranoid fear of pointing fingers. Rather at E's way of life as the genuine guilty party for his defeat anyway. After E's kids openly expressed they accepted their dad was killed, more individuals began truly addressing the authority story in 2015, when E's child Marquise Wright, otherwise called Youthful EA, shared it. Since a race post on Instagram with a clasp from Suge's Jimmy Kimmel interview, and in the subtitle, he said he generally realized his father was killed. Youthful, simple, composed, perhaps they believe we're numbskulls to reality. I don't have any idea yet for you new fans, adolescents, and individuals who simply don't realize a lot of notice and straight out of Compton, Simple didn't become ill until after the studio occurrence with shook youthful Ethan. At that point, apparently proposed that Ice Block likewise realizes the genuine truth about E's demise and added goodness we should not touch the subject of Ice Solid Shape, naming his collection Deadly Infusion. Ice Block truly tended to this prior this year during his appearance on Logan Paul's webcast. Anyway, he would truly not like to examine it exhaustively, and many fans said something has an off outlook on how Shape is keep away from this subject. I don't know him. It simply sounds insane. It sound like it if on the off chance that EAS would have realized he got jabbed, he would have said something, on the off chance that he didn't realize he got jabbed, then the trick lives on, so what might Suge need to acquire from Simple being worked out positively back in 1991. Suge and his two partners apparently faced EAS at World Studios and Savage fellow benefactor and E's chief Jerry Heller portrayed this occurrence in his journal, asserting that Suge and his team came in with sluggers and utilized terrorizing to pressure Simple into letting Dr. Drew, the doc, and vocalist Michelle leave Savage and sign with Death Row. This is the occurrence that youthful Simple alluded to in his Instagram post. The studio episode Anyway, there are many individuals who accept that this dark hole runs much more profound, and that somebody significantly higher up in the business you sue to dispose of. This hypothesis built up some forward momentum after E's last recorded message from the clinic reemerged on the web, and in it Simple cautions hopeful dark craftsmen not to join the organization. You gotta get yours previously. You lose your life. The game is intended for them to win. You believe I'm live. Visit that EP. They previously got a number hold for your don't be an imbecile and join their class. They need you to row in their foundation, so they might you with their new type of PR at any point. Certain individuals, except he was alluding to the jail modern complex in the US. Others hypothesized he was discussing the music business and the Illuminati, and afterward, there are the people who are saying he was discussing both on the grounds that it's all essential for a similar framework show to a little gathering of people at the top presently returning to Jerry Hell, relying upon who you ask. Certain individuals will let you know that Jerry made in W, while others will let you know he annihilated them after Ice 3D Shape and Dr. Dre left the gathering. They blamed D for conspiring with Jerry to swindle them out of their cash anyway. It was subsequently asserted that Jerry Heller was taking from EAS in practically no time before his demise in '95. EAS terminated Heller and trusted in a few of his companions that Heller was engaged in obscene monetary practices. Merciless rapper BG Knockout told Hip Hop DX that Simple had records from where cash was absent from the name, a huge number of dollars that he said Jerry was taking from him, and afterward, one more rapper endorsed to Savage Tour guaranteed that he generally faulted Jerry for Cuban Dre's takeoffs. Yet, was it simply a happenstance that it passed on soon after uncovering Jerry Hell and terminating him? Well, not as per EAS child Lil E, who as of late said in a meeting, there was most certainly treachery aside. I aided with his dad's demise. You can't trick me. You feel what I'm talking about. I'm not asking similarly, as in which one did it. I'm requesting just let the world in on it. Was treachery? Lily said he failed to really see the reason why the 2015 NW a biop chose directly from Compton, which caused it to appear as though Yeezy was going belly up, and he guaranteed his father was very nearly becoming Hip Jump's first dark tycoon. Lily brought up that none of E's various close acquaintances or kids at any point tried positive for HIV, adding that nobody in E's family accepted he kicked the bucket just from helps. And afterward, no one in the domain of managing him has contracted even H itself. You understand what I'm talking about. Not an individual in our family accepts that I don't mind with anyone. All you need to know is that there's not an individual in my family except my dad. God. Lil Simple reviewed a ton of entertaining stuff happening around EAS in the clinic, and he apparently recommended that Simple terminating Jerry Heller had an impact in his destruction, yet we realized what was going near and happening at that emergency clinic and around it. You feel what I'm talking about? A lot of, entertaining stuff for it to simply to be that, besides the fact that you terminated someone who a Jewish, we should say that we should not just fire someone. A Jewish don't stay here, and he's from California, is not a person of color making away, and with a good example for these people, great credit, and all that, got a decent business, doing great, came travel through that. The other from a pleasant family home, we came out the ghetto conf California, and he got it going selling drugs. Okay, we definitely know how they take a gander at our M, and you own beginning and end, you own beginning and end, wow, they going to let they going. To allow you to have that much power, you know it all, and afterward when